This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain shocking revelations, violence, and sexual themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the Mothership role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is entitled Necr0-Polis-exe. It was written by Morgan Llewellyn, who is also our game warden, and this is a one-shot. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Morgan?
Thank you, Thom. Insecurity and paranoia lend themselves, paradoxically, to the stability and security of the field of corporate espionage. And drifting ever so silently towards its destination is a small, unmarked vessel, just the right size for 5 individuals. This journey has taken, at this point, 6 months. It's jumping in well out of system to avoid detection and leisurely drifting their way towards an unmarked facility, an asteroid belt. Only one member of this 5-person team has been awake for the entirety of this voyage, and that would be Orla. So, Orla, how have you been spending your time while the rest of the team has slumbered away in the inky depths of dreamless sleep that is cryo?
Every day I spend approximately 10 hours working and perfecting my hacking skills, testing myself, making sure that I am at peak performance. Occasionally I'll monitor the vitals of my fellow crew members, make sure that they are doing well, and maintain the ship and keep her on steady course.
So after all of this waiting, one of the computers finally lets you know that it is time. You are on approach to the target. So who do you wake up first?
I will wake up Orpheus. I think I'll probably activate your pod and then simply step away, knowing that it's a process coming out of cryo, and go about my business knowing you know what to do.
Sounds good. And as the glass slides open and Orpheus stumbles out and falls to his knees, and drool and spit all run from his mouth to the floor, he looks up groggily. You can see a solidly built man with scars across his back, a few scars on his face. He's definitely seen conflict before, and he struggles to his feet and seems to be collecting where he is.
I'll bring you a glass of water. You need to replace your fluids.
Thank you. It's time then.
It is. We're approaching now. I'll go and wake up Dr. Nice next and perform the same ritual with him. It's probably not water. It's probably a mix of like solution to get people hydrated fast.
Yeah, some kind of nutrient mix.
Got electrolytes in it. You're the android. Hola, I remember vaguely.
Yes.
I was having the most wonderful dream. I was... are you familiar with Earth cinema from around the early 2000s? It was a very funny comedy I was watching. I think that it was called Saw. There were a number of sequels. I thought they were quite entertaining.
That's classified as a horror film, Dr. Nice, not a comedy.
Oh, it's very funny, though. I thought it was funny.
horror, torture. You have interesting taste, Doctor. I'll go wake up Kimber.
There was another one called Hostel. That one was good too.
Oh, the criminal.
As I come to, I'm like, oh, oh, fuck. Okay. And then I like look around. I see. Do I know Orpheus? Like, do we know each other?
You probably know Orpheus better than the other three.
Okay. I like scan and I see Orpheus and I'm like, oh, okay. Okay.
Kimber.
All right. Okay. Oh, I thought it was back in the penal colony. Fuck that place. Oh my God. Cryo is almost as bad, but oh, Orla, do you have any coffee?
Kimber. Nutrient drink first.
Coffee.
Second.
Oh. Thanks,
I'll go wake up
Orla.
Alexander.
Oh.
Alexander's used to cryo, so he's just peeling out. Ugh, I hate the gross dead skin that builds up on your arms after a couple months in cryo. It's like when you're getting a cast off.
Yeah, not a bad idea for us to do some quick calisthenics and warm-ups before we hit surface side.
Alexander, are you not using the lotions that they gave you for the dry skin?
Hell no. You know
Like
what kind of preservatives they put in that?
Yeah, I do.
It's unhealthy. I only eat healthy things like partially gelatinated meat slurry.
Oh,
Well, you know, the most
Your nutrient drink,
nutritious,
Alexander.
Oh, thank you.
by far the most nutritious thing for a human to eat is another human.
Other humans?
Yeah, it's all the nutrients that are there that you need for your body. You could consume them back into your body. It's a perfect food.
I never thought about that. You know, I have an idea. What if you made some sort of human chain of people where it sort of preserved the nutrients between them?
Oh, you're talking about that other very funny movie. It's a Human Centipede. Yeah. Yeah,
There
that
we
one
go.
was very funny. You have a good
Oh,
taste
boy.
in movies. But I'm not that kind of a scientist.
Kimber's gonna be doing lots of push-ups and like crazy one arm push-ups where you like where she pushes herself up in the air and switches over to the other arm, one arm, and then like does some like handstands and stuff.
Orpheus will be doing his own thing similar, but he'll be watching Kimber critically and saying, discipline is key. Discipline your mind and stay on track, Kimber.
I'm going to do my personal hygiene. One must be in perfect working order.
I'm just like lint rolling dead skin flakes off of myself. This is disgusting.
So the computer that informed Orla that it was time to wake you all up is saying that this carefully orchestrated dance of just drifting through space to avoid detection. You have about 2 hours till contact.
Well, I haven't got any idea what we're going to be working on, but I'm quite skilled in both life forms and cybernetic life forms. I like to call you a life form, Orla, because you're not just what's the old-fashioned term, robot. You are quite sophisticated, and I have skills to extract information from such, which is my speciality.
I learned during the corporate wars not to underestimate an android. She's a welcome part of our team.
Oh, yeah. Do you have enhanced strength or anything like that? Or were
My
you one of the
strength
mock-
lies in my intellect, Doctor. I am
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah.
an excellent data extractor.
Yeah, you're
Do we have
basically,
any blueprints for this
paper
facility? Any information at all?
All you know know is that this is a data black site maintained by the Palace organization. They do well. Nobody's entirely sure what exactly it is that they do. Rumor has it that they are mostly interested in cybernetics, and kind of the next generation of computer interfaces. But again, they don't have that much revenue, that many employees. And so Osiris just, when they finally found where they keep their data, they're sending you in to find out what exactly it is that they've been up to all these years.
Perhaps it's one of those organic computers. I think I've heard of those before.
Organic computer? What the hell is that?
It was I believe it was Gaia Research that created large organic computers, data storage mostly. Got a nasty habit of becoming sentient.
Can't say I ever heard of them.
The more you travel, the more you find out that there's some weird stuff in this galaxy.
Oh, yeah. Mostly made by humans.
Isn't it always?
Jesus Christ, I have dribbled some coffee on my perfectly white. I don't think I have it changed, damn it.
It's okay. It's better than blood.
Oh, please, I want to wash it immediately. Blood? No, blood.
Do we have a
saliva is one of the best
who's-
things to bring blood out.
Do we have a person who's kind of a designated team leader, or is this a
As far as who Osiris trusts the most, that would be Orla.
okay?
So you're supposed to be the leader?
So we all know our priorities, and given our point of entry is a stealthy one, I think our best chance of success is to enter as quietly as possible. If there is an opportunity for a disguise of sorts, as if we're employees of this place, but this is a hidden away, not easily found, then perhaps that's not the best way to go. So perhaps just stealth.
If they're not expecting us, are they going to suddenly become quite violent if we arrive? And
I
do
think
we
all
have
have
secret
covers.
codes to send them to make them think we are part of their operation?
Oh, don't get me excited talking about violence.
As far as initial intel reports from Osiris, they don't believe that this facility is heavily staffed. If it's staffed at all, it's way
Excellent.
the hell out here.
Right.
But we are supposed to infiltrate, neutralize any opposition, extract the information. Correct?
That's precisely correct. Precisely.
And Orpheus, we can provide you with all the violence you want.
I've
To each
fallen
his
behind with all this time in cryosleep. Should have losing out on my quota of cracked heads.
Sounds like fun.
Wow, I'm starting to think I'm the most sane one on the ship.
Well, you're an extremely valuable member of the team.
Wow, that means a lot to me.
Yeah. I promise I won't eat you. That was a joke earlier.
Yeah,
I'm not convincing you, am I? Yeah. I'm a really nice guy usually, just don't keep information from me.
oh, you'll be the first to know.
That's the spirit. So, Ola, what do we know about the facility? Anything at all?
Very little. I suggest you all ready yourselves for our approach. It will be soon. Have a hearty meal. I've prepared something for you. The highest protein squares possible.
Oh my God, they look amazing. Oh my gosh.
Just
You
like
can tell
little
the
brown squares.
yeah, the yellow veins in particular are the most nutrients. When cooked
Soylent
right.
Brown for everyone.
Are you gonna
It
eat
tastes
that?
like slig, made from pigs and slugs. Slig.
Now, is this
Orpheus,
organic?
I was gonna say Orpheus and Kimber are probably both looking at Alexander's plate and ready to like grab anything that he doesn't seem about to eat.
Oh, yeah, you can have it.
Would you like my French fries?
It is
They're high in
vegetarian,
starch.
Alexander. I remember from your file you requested a vegetarian meal. It's vegetarian.
Oh, joy. Thanks.
I'll take your French fries. Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think all this talk about human centipedes has made me lose my appetite a bit.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay for the first one, but the second and the third one on the line, because their mouths
Yeah,
are
yeah.
attached. Yeah,
Uh-huh,
you know.
uh-huh,
Oh my God.
uh-huh. Yeah.
That's an old movie. I'm really surprised you've seen it. You look far too young to have seen those old videos.
Well, I'm glad I can still surprise you, Doctor.
I'm
Anyway,
a pretty good cook too. I could whip you up something. You said you're vegetarians. That's good. That's good. It's good, healthy food.
That might be a good
Mhm.
plan for our return voyage. We can
No,
have
not
a
you,
celebration.
Orpheus or Kimber. You eat meat.
True.
Good, healthy meat from your victims.
Oh, Lord.
Well,
I don't believe in that stuff. You press one button on the top of the slig's head and it cooks itself. That's not natural.
Yeah, but you have a conversation with the slig. It wants to die.
Okay.
I mean, you pick a head of lettuce, you're murdering the head of lettuce, and the head of lettuce doesn't know that you're going to. I'm sorry, I'm going on and on. I'm trying to kill time. One of the many
Kimber,
things
please tell me
that-
you're more normal than these weirdos.
I don't know who the fuck these people are. Except for Orpheus.
I must
trust him.
say you're a fine specimen.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah, you're a fine specimen.
I could
I
show
saw
you
you doing
some
some push-ups.
stuff. Do you want me to?
Doing the
I can
push-ups?
teach you.
Oh,
Yeah,
me?
here.
No,
You just
I'm
do this, and she does. It's like some crazy thing. Yeah, it's easy,
yeah, you
especially
need the
when you're
upper
big.
body strength. I just don't have the upper
Yeah.
body strength.
Nah, that's okay. And then I like go over and like lift him up.
Oh, God.
Are we
Yeah,
like
you're
in zero
strong.
G? That would be good.
You're just playing me.
No,
Woo!
this is one of those artificial gravity situations.
Oh, cool. Oh, is there like a treadmill?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. After I lift you up, I'm gonna like, put
So
you down and then go on a
Yeah.
treadmill.
So Kimber and Orpheus are preparing themselves physically,
weapons check.
getting warmed up.
Are we like start
Weapons,
slapping
so-
each other in the face? Let's go!
Oh, Lord.
So Orla, what type
Sorry,
of
weapons.
loadouts? Oh no, yeah, well, yeah. Let's talk gear here. So, do we got any type of body armor or
So there are advanced combat suits
Perfect.
available to anybody who wants one. It's just a matter of how nimble one wants to be versus how armored one wants to be.
What the hell is an advanced combat suit?
That's what you have access to. So advanced battle dress. It's heavy armor, basically any damage that's 10 or less is just fully negated.
Oh my god.
Any damage above that will punch through your armor. But it's still, so all other armor, once it's breached, it's no longer effective. But advanced battle dress, even once that 10 threshold is breached, it still reduces 3 from each instance of damage. And you get an advantage to strength checks with its exoskeleton. It makes you stronger, but all your speed, anything dealing with speed, is you have a disadvantage.
Is there any chance
you roll twice and take the worst result?
Do they have their own oxygen supply?
Advanced battle dress has 1 hour of oxygen if oxygen is cut off.
Yeah, Orpheus will suit up.
Yeah, same. Alexander, do you want one of these?
I'll leave it to you.
Okay. All right.
So there are vac suits that they probably don't increase your strength. They're also not as cumbersome as battle armor. So
Okay,
you can
I'll
still
get
be
one
in
of
a
those.
sealed environment without it won't protect you as much from physical harm, but it will protect you from depressurization should such a occurrence arise.
Oh, then should I wear one too, just for the decompression thing?
Osiris policy
That's one.
states employees should protect themselves against toxic atmospheres and rapid depressurizations.
All right, well, I'll wear one then. But I do plan on being behind the two Marines and the Teamster.
Hey, wait, what?
I'm in the back. I don't have as much protection. I'm not here to fight. I'm here to dissect.
Thing is,
Hey, you and me both, buddy. Just in and out, clean hit, right? Orla, right?
Exactly.
we have too much muscle, so we're too lean of meat. Just in case he's...
Oh, it's going to be real stringy.
I tend one choke and everybody thinks I'm a cannibal.
Orpheus will clap the doctor on the shoulder and said, "Oh, no offense intended, my friend. Just gallows humor before we hit the shit."
Oh, I love gallows humor. Yeah.
Are there anything like weapons and tools available to us as well?
weapons and tools. So the Marine, so we have their pulse rifles, pistols. Alexander's probably going to take a laser cutter.
Oh yeah,
which is for carving through bulkheads and things.
Mm.
Can use them on a necromorph too.
Yeah. Sever those limbs.
There's also combat shotguns available. Boarding axes. So if you want to get hand to hand, chop somebody apart.
What kind of endurance? How much can we take? Because I'm hearing a lot of yes here.
You can take, in the advanced battle armor, you can carry quite a lot of kit with you.
Oh yeah, put an axe on the side, pulse rifle. Kimber, I think you had your eyes on the shotgun there.
Yeah, I'll take a shotgun and I'll take a pistol.
Holy guacamole! You know
I
what?
think we only need one axe.
Yeah, I'll take axe.
What was it called?
Boarding axe?
A blast?
Boarding axe?
What kind of shotgun? Combat
Like a-
shotgun
Yeah, combat
Mhm.
shotgun.
and a
You got
blaster pistol Nice.
weapons up to the gills.
and a knife.
I don't know.
Yeah, knife, yeah.
I don't know, Doc.
Turbo.
Should we take something? Personal protection?
I wouldn't really know how to fight. I'm pretty good at martial arts, but
Oh,
That's really good. That's impressive.
hopefully they see that I'm a doctor. They won't shoot me.
that's comforting. Well, I have military training, but I'm not exactly a gun guy. So
Fair enough. We should give you something to protect yourself if, in the worst case scenario, we end up having to split up.
okay, I'll
I could
take a
use my
pistol.
medical instrument like this.
Ah,
Holy shit! What are you
I
dissecting
don't know where
without
you
a
pulled that
moose?
from, Doc.
That's just
You
for
can use
routine
this side as a
checkups.
bone saw, you know.
Oh, I see.
This
take
is
a
my
basic
little
pistol
my
for
little
protection.
knife.
Now, Alexander, you, as the engineering infiltration specialist, you have lots of different tools for cutting through doors. You have shapes, charges. You have training in explosives.
Got it. Yes, I will take some of those explosives.
Any chance we could grab grenades?
Certainly.
Yeah. Ooh.
Let's go.
I'm assuming these aren't frag grenades.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Space grenades.
Yeah.
And a space knife.
Wouldn't it'd have to be something that's not going to punch a hole in the side of the ship or the
Exactly.
station.
Maybe something,
PPGs,
or something like
pressure.
electromagnetic to put out electrical systems or something like that.
I take it that Orla is shielded from such things, but
Good point.
I like the PPGs. They send pressure waves that
Yeah.
effectively act
PP.
like bullets, but they won't penetrate the hull. But what happened to my accent? Sorry.
Orla, what are you taking?
Pistol for myself for personal protection, as well as an array of hacking tools at my disposal and a vac suit.
Orla, please tell me that there was not the word expendable anywhere in the description of us.
You didn't read the contract too closely, did you, son?
Nope.
Well, they got your signature by now. I wouldn't spend
Well,
too much
nowadays
time worrying about it.
they're 3 million pages long. I'm not reading all that.
It's a lot of fine print.
Your
Okay,
individual
we'll get out of here,
dossiers are considered to be classified.
Yeah, if we disappear, nobody's ever going to know. That's okay. That's the job. That's what God put us here on Earth to do.
Amen.
I don't think this is Earth.
Oh well, you know what I mean.
You get, yeah, it's an analogy.
If anything happens to you,
didn't mean God either.
if anything happens to you, the standard operating procedure from Osiris is deny.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
boy,
If
howdy.
it
I'd
makes you
protect
feel
you.
any better, Alexander, you are in the top 10 of my priorities on this mission.
You know, it does. I gotta say,
Let's
it
have some fun.
does.
I have a final question for Orla. Do we have any means, intersuit radios or anything to keep contact if we get split up?
so the thing there is your ship's flight path has been pre-programmed to land without scanning anything. Any radio contact could be picked up, and the jig is up at that point. So it's contact. Your
Oh.
suits, if you're in contact with somebody else, you can communicate with them. Otherwise,
Radio silence until
it's
we are
radio
detected.
silence. So if you're not in vocal communication range, if it's verbal, you could
Yeah,
speak
that's-
out loud to somebody else, or you'd have to be physically in contact with them to exchange a private.
Is there time to run the
Connection.
others over a few quick hand gestures? As
Yeah,
far as
yeah.
just move forward, hold, and yep,
Like
exactly. Yep.
we are all fucked.
Close, Orla, close. Nope. There you go.
There
Perfect.
we go.
And as Orla learns the gesture, the ship touches down on the asteroid holding the data site.
Well, good luck, everyone. Keep your eyes open.
Remember, we're here to have
Security,
fun.
I believe you are our leads in this situation.
Yeah, we'll take point.
Okay, so everybody is suited up. You have your equipment. And just in the silence of the vacuum of space, that a ramp descends from your ship, and those doors open, and you are on this kind of just pitch black expanse before you. In the faint red glow from the ramp lights, you see this kind of chalky dust of this rock. But everything's static and still. No atmosphere, no wind. Just this red
Like the surface of the moon.
Yeah, kind of a
Yeah.
moonscape. It's a rather sizable asteroid in this solar system.
As we step, do we feel a lot of gravity?
No, it's very low gravity.
Okay. I'll motion
Almost,
the others.
I mean, it's almost zero.
Right.
Can we see any
Thom.
structures?
So
Yep, be
if you
careful.
jumped too much, you might never come back.
Grab someone's ankles. Yeah, we'll scan for any structures or lights, I guess.
So looking at the horizon for lights, you don't see anything, and again, scanning, you don't want to get yourself detected. So the ship's flight path, you have landed on almost the opposite side. So there's a hike kind of up and over to where the actual installation itself is.
Let's move out.
So navigating an almost zero gravity environment is difficult even for those who are adequately trained. So you just get a sense of how long this journey takes. I'm just going to ask all of you to give me a speed test.
Oh,
Sounds good.
Does
And
having
then you
zero G as a training
Having zero
skill?
G, you add that to your skill. Yeah.
Got it.
So whatever your speed is, if you're trained in zero G, you add 10% to that.
Now, the big tack suits, you said they take 10 off?
They don't take 10 off. You roll twice and you take the worst result.
Oh,
Oh,
disadvantage. Okay, yeah,
bro.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
There
So we're
goes.
rolling 100.
Oops,
Yep.
I rolled.
I passed both times.
I have a 4-0, which is a fail, and a 5-7, which is a fail. So 557 is my worst.
Okay.
I don't. Fuck again. I'm not gonna use these dice because I don't. What is the? Okay, I got 001.
That's really good.
Okay,
Okay.
that's real good.
That was first roll, and then second roll was 007. I do like these
Wow.
dice. Okay.
Okay, so Orpheus was the only one that failed?
Correct.
Okay. So Orpheus, if you will gain 2 stress, everybody else can gain 1. Just because the amount of time that it's taking you, kind of just the anxiety and thinking through everything that could go wrong.
He's having a few flashbacks to the corporate wars and thinking of remembering his buddies pinned down in the trenches and someone's head getting blasted apart, and yeah, starting to breathe a little heavier in the suit.
Yeah.
You
and
try
so
to
not
help him
having
up?
not having any sight on what it is that you're up against. You don't know if you're detected, if they have defense systems that will wipe you out. So they're just running
A lot of-
through the past, everything that could possibly go wrong. And there's a lot that could go wrong.
A lot of unknowns.
So after about 5 hours of slogging your way across this, again, it's pitch black. If you don't turn on any of the lights on your suit, it just is complete and utter darkness. Until you crest onto the sun side, the star side of this rock. Where you can start to see, and finally, kind of nestled in this crater, you see this very sleek, rounded dome-like structures.
Yeah.
And they're colored, it's colored in the same kind of chalky gray as the surrounding asteroid.
Oh, one thing I didn't think of was something like binoculars, but maybe Orla has
No,
some
you have
kind
those.
of...
You have those in your
Oh,
suit.
okay, yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can find a spot to hide behind, maybe, and do a little quick
There's
recon.
probably a lot of very deep shadows
Yeah, good point.
and no atmosphere, so you're black in the shadows.
Yeah, so sticking in the shadow of this kind of crater as you approach the deep shadows of your the deep shadows and the camouflage nature of your suits.
There's no lights on our suits.
Yeah, there's no lights unless you turn them on, which, ill-advised.
But I mean, like little blinking lights anywhere. No.
No, your equipment's designed for espionage work. All that has been long well considered and handled and designed. If you need them, you can turn on those types of lights, but unless you make that active decision, they're all locked.
Damn.
And
they got to have a couple of turret farms on there.
Well, as we get closer, do we see anything like that?
As you get close enough, Orpheus and Kimber, the two of you from your combat experience in the past, you think a few of these, I mean, there's a number of these dome-like structures, so you guess that one of them is the facility itself, the main one, but these kind of substructures, you recognize those as anti-ship, anti-personnel nests.
That's
like if they picked you up, you'd be obliterated.
Interesting. So they're likely not set up in and of themselves for infantry on the ground already. It's for coming in from space.
Yeah. So if they detected a ship in the system, they could knock it out of the sky.
So by virtue of our continued existence, it's safe to assume that we're somewhat hidden.
Yeah.
If our suits are stealth,
like your optimism,
then they probably don't give off any infrared radiation, so we don't have heat signatures either, because that would give us away. But if we step into the sunlight and we move, they'll see the movement.
Orpheus will lock eyes with Orla's visual indicators and look for some cue as to what we do next.
And I think the best thing to do, keep moving forward, just in shadows. Yeah.
Okay, so you creep your way, and it took you 5 hours to crest around the asteroid, but now that you're within visual range, it takes you just another two hours, slowly inching your way cautiously forward without drifting into the light. And finally, after 7 hours, you reach the side of this central structure. And now here you see, again, there's like kind of like your suits. This place is designed to avoid being seen. So there are no lights, but there are maintenance hatches and things that you find that you would recognize in a structure like this.
Yeah, I think maintenance hatch is going to be the way to go.
Is it possible to weave our way to one of the main structures?
You've made your way to a main structure.
Okay,
You've
yeah,
gone
sounds
past
good.
those kind of outer defense systems.
And can we guess, based on the way the structure is made, what the building is, or the structure that we're coming up to, like habitation or science lab or firepower?
It's nondescript.
Okay.
The function of the building is like impossible to tell. It's basically built into the rock itself.
They built it out of modules, so yeah, they're all very similar.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me try to breach in. Can I find like a
All
good
right.
duct?
No,
Give
no,
me
no.
an engine.
I'm going to grab Alexander. There are maintenance hatches. I'm grabbing you so we can talk. There are maintenance hatches.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, I
breach
thought you
in
meant
the
like you were going to put a breaching charge on the
No,
side
no,
of it and
no.
blow it up. I was like, oh, whoa.
It was a term of art for
Making our own
unscrew.
door.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We're good. Okay.
Spice things up
Going
early.
in hot.
Yeah.
It's one way to do it.
Nope. It's not glorious to be annihilated by a turret. So I will unscrew silently and without any flashy bits one of the hatches.
Okay, roll engineering.
Gotcha. Okay, 39, and I have I have a 20 bonus on that.
Yep. So your intellect plus 20.
Yeah, so yeah, I passed that.
Okay, so Alexander goes over and just with the small little cutter torch unseals one of these maintenance hatches and it pops open.
Gesture for Orpheus and Kimber.
Yeah.
Orpheus will take a spot leaning into it with the pulse rifle, and if it's clear, then he'll motion Kimber to proceed in ahead with him covering her.
All right, I'll go ahead in with my pistol out.
Okay, so Orpheus and Kimber, the two of you make your way down at the hatch, and it's this immediate claustrophobia almost sets in. The bulkiness of your suit and the narrowness of this maintenance space. You see these long, thin corridors flanked on either side, walls of pipes and wires, panels and screws on either side, but there's no movement.
If I don't see anything, then I'm going to gesture for everyone else to come on. And then keep moving in.
Does it seem like it's single file?
Yeah, either direction you go, it's single file, but you can go either way in a kind of a circular.
Yep, it's going to lead right back here. Marine on either side or both Marines in the front?
Green on either side, I think.
Are we walking or are we crawling?
You're walking, you can stand.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Who's right behind? So I'll be the first one. And then who's right behind me?
Probably Orpheus.
Probably our breaching expert, I'd think, in case we need to continue making a hole.
Sounds good.
So we have
Myself,
Kimber,
Dr. Nice,
Alexander, Orla, Nice, Orpheus.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So I'm
folks
gonna-
be ready to duck if there's trouble.
I'm gonna lean back to
Oh.
Alexander.
Flat as a pancake.
What are we looking for? A door or something?
Well, I doubt there's going to be any signs that say information this way, so I think we follow the biggest power supply. We'll either get to the reactor or the thing it's powering.
That's
All
when we
right.
saw the sign.
You know what that looks like?
Exactly. I could spot. Yeah, I could spot it if.
All right. So just tap me on the shoulder whenever
All right.
whenever you see it. As I continue moving forward. To the left, right? Like to the left?
Yeah, so you're kind of going clockwise around. So, Alexander, with how you've kind of conceived of navigating through this unknown space, again, just with your just another engineering roll
Got
to
it.
see if you correctly identify these types of setups.
And I'll also be looking out for terminals, so Orla can log in. Oh, okay, so that's 59, and I have oh, that's a pass. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So you find both of the things that you're looking for. You come across eventually, like there's a very like stark cluster of like high voltage equipment, and nested in there is an actual access point, like a maintenance computer.
All right, do your thing.
Yeah, I'm looking for schematics, information on this place. That's my highest priority. If I can get anything else out of it, anything like personnel, that kind of thing, weaponry, armory.
Orpheus and Kimber will keep watch, aim down either side of the.
Is this a hacking? Or
This
is it
is
like I have it all the
hacking.
way
You
to
don't
artificial intelligence? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, this is hacking. So intelligence
Okay.
plus the 15%.
Got it. Yes, that is. We don't have like degrees of success, right? It's just yes or no.
If
except
it's
for the
doubles,
0, 0, 0.
if it's doubles,
Oh, that's right, doubles.
And yeah,
No,
any doubles,
but it's a success, but just a regular success.
Okay. Okay, so you managed to kind of bypass their it's a really simple authentication system. This is maintenance people coming and swiping their badge when they want to look at this, and the maintenance window kind of pops up with you see a lot of schematics about the maintenance layout.
Got it.
And where you currently are is, you see it says archival power supply terminal. And you see those you see various status messages. So like the area that you're in, the power system's all green. Like power supply green, backups green, backup
Right.
green, backup 3 green, backup 4 green, backup 5.
A lot of backups.
You see other other aspects of this maintenance terminal are telling you a kind of a different story. You see like domicile is kind of blinking yellow and red for power.
I will, if we're touch, yeah, I think we're all probably close enough to like do maybe a touch chain.
Yeah, you can,
if that's possible, and then like kind of relaying all this information to anyone who can't see it directly over my shoulder. I don't think I can. It's probably some kind of radio aspect to like load these into our HUDs just for a constant reference, but that's probably like radio transmission. So
yeah, and another thing that you find are logs. And it seems like the last maintenance personnel to come through here was about 5 months ago. Was the last time anybody's badged into this terminal.
Before that, what were the intervals at which they were performing maintenance?
Once a week.
Okay.
Like a weekly maintenance check, but those have stopped, it seems.
So the domicile power is off nominal, and no one has been through here in months. I don't know how many people we're actually going to find here, but
Damn. I was hoping for a bit of excitement at least. Well, let's just get the job over with.
I'm easy. If it's an easy one, it's good for me.
Yeah.
Is there any commanding that can be done from this terminal? Or is it simply an information display?
You can reroute power.
Okay.
You have some limited access to shutting things on and off.
Is there a way to just like have the doors be like auto open or anything like that? Or are they?
Yeah, you can restore. That's one of the things that you notice. You restore power in the domicile. You restored power to the doors and lights.
How is the oxygen level?
Good question.
The oxygen level is low. Not zero,
Right.
but low.
Keep the encounter suits on.
Potentially,
But
we
again,
have
when
a few
you
people
look,
left here, though.
it doesn't seem that there's no error message about a mechanical failure with the oxygen systems.
Right.
Just the
They've
power
been turned
directed there
down.
is.
I would think hull breach.
Yeah, so maybe
And
they
they're-
I don't
just
know.
didn't need any
You'd think that'd
oxygen.
be indicated on this, but like the way that it's being described is like someone has purposefully rerouted the oxygen from certain areas.
Maybe they're
Could
very
the
low
entire
beams.
facility be run by synthetics?
It's not unheard of.
Synthetics don't usually have a domicile, though, do they?
So
They're
that's
just
why
like-
the power is turned off.
Yeah.
I think we
That-
should keep going. I don't think there's anything more to glean from this terminal.
Turns the lights on.
Yeah, lights are on, power's routed back to the domicile. I guess
Or let's-
oxygen too, if I can,
Yeah,
might
no,
as
you can
well.
you can reroute power to oxygen.
Yeah.
The panel has informed you that that it has ceased to do all this. It's ceased charging up backup batteries.
Okay.
For
Well,
the
there's about 10 of
archives.
those, so
Yeah, but so you see,
We're not
yeah,
going to be
there's
here
a
long
there's
enough
a
for that.
long list. It seems as they've been filling
Uh-huh.
up batteries for a long time.
Orla,
Just-
can you see if there's any security measures on there? See what kind of protocols there are that we could potentially trip, or if there's any type of communications that.
a good
No,
idea.
kill
Orpheus.
bots.
Is
You
there
don't find any
any
kill bots.
security information at this terminal? Or is it
Not that
only
you can
maintenance?
access here.
Okay.
Right?
Orpheus, I'm sure you ran into all sorts of stuff during the corporate wars.
I've seen it all, kid, but this is starting to creep me out a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and continue leading the way down the hallway.
Yeah, so Kimber, so you take a step forward and you hear the sharp hiss to your right
Fuck.
as a newly powered on door opens.
Mm.
Oh, oh God.
But you can all take a stress.
Okay.
That's the adrenaline.
Oh. I like look over to make sure Orpheus didn't see me jump. Oh fuck.
Nope, didn't notice a thing. He's trying to hide his own reaction.
Okay, and then but she turned the doors on, right?
Yeah.
If we knew that
Yeah.
this was gonna happen.
Mhm.
Yes.
It was startling. Okay. So I'm gonna poke my head through the door. See.
Okay, yeah, you poke your head out and you've emerged in what looks to be a kind of a nice, clean, sterile hallway.
So another hallway, left, right, or does it follow the circular, like the outer?
Yeah, it branches, but there's a branch that goes inwards deeper, and then there's kind of going around the outside, and then kind of in this very faded paint, you see the Palos, their corporate logo and name,
Okay.
just like every so often in the wall or tiled in the floor.
So
Okay.
boring. You should have put movie posters up or something.
Okay, I'm gonna like
Is-
look over my shoulder at Alexander and then just be like this way, this way, this way.
Are there any signs of people? Like usually garbage or, stuff someone left behind. Anything to indicate people have gone through here at any time.
There is nothing.
Hmm.
In fact, but you see signs of like infrastructure designed for people,
Right. Okay.
You see seating areas.
Mhm.
You come across some dead plants.
But no dust.
Now that is interesting.
There wouldn't be dust anyway on an asteroid.
Place might have been
I
empty.
mean,
for
we
a while.
shed, we shed
Yeah.
skin and everything, or you humans do anyway. So that would generate dust on some level.
Yeah, Alexander sheds tons of it, if you remember from
Oh, haha.
So I've heard.
faking.
How much
up.
does a live plant cost these days, Doc? These can't be cheap.
A real plant. Yeah, those aren't cheap.
I don't trust this. It feels kind of like we're going in the front door.
It feels
Oh.
like nobody's been living here for a while.
Something tells me 5 months ago something changed.
Well, let's just pray there's no interior turrets. Ugh.
Or killbots.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Were you able to get like a map of the facility when you hacked in?
Maps of the maintenance
Yeah,
infrastructure.
kind of a rudimentary maintenance structure, which I'd thought about putting on our like HUD displays, but
Yeah. Okay.
transmitting that
Yeah.
probably involves some form of communication that we're trying to avoid.
Okay.
Are there any signs on the walls?
Ooh.
That's true.
Med Bay.
So you see with the signs, this area that you're in right now is labeled domicile.
Mhm.
That's
It's, yes,
And
that's
this kind of
anybody.
this outer ring that you're kind of sticking in right now.
Yeah.
There are ways to go
See
in further in, but
the
I
power
would see-
Orla turned on.
Suggested if any of the rooms have habitation taking place, unmade beds or
so you start
furry
you
slippers.
start opening up doors and you find all the beds are made. There are nicely cleaned and pressed uniforms in closets and footlockers. It's as though this facility is ready to be just people to come and inhabit it at any time, but nobody's home.
Nobody's here. Like there are no personal effects in any of
Yeah,
these
it's like a
rooms.
hotel
just
with
like
no guests.
Got it.
It's all ready, but no one's home.
Might be easier than
Strange.
we think.
Even in the tightest running operation, you don't see things with this kind of order. So, yeah, it's pretty safe to assume there's no human habitation.
Which means we should assume fully armed androids, and we should be cautious.
A little harder to interrogate,
But it's also I'm very good at interrogating artificial life forms, but it might also be possible that they figure they're going to shoot anything coming at them from space, and the facility itself is just empty.
Why keep an empty facility in the first place?
especially if it poses a security risk.
Because it's functioning, but it doesn't need personnel.
As you say that, all the lights turn off.
Then again, it might not be.
Okay, everybody together.
You just had to go and jinx it, Doc.
I feel the adrenaline rush, don't you? It's quite nice.
Have we seen any video camera, CCTV,
No,
anything like that?
you haven't
No.
seen any of that.
I'm
These
gonna
places tend to be a little short on eyes.
Is
Off
if
the
it's okay,
books, no records.
if it's okay, I think the lights going out's going to bump me up a stress.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's great, in fact.
oh boy. I'm gonna take a uniform.
Okay, so as you're feeling
Not a bad
around
idea.
in the dark, so you're taking a uniform, Alexander, and the lights come on a little dimmer, and you hear this artificial voice saying, "System cycle complete."
Aha. Thank you. Holy
Abnormality corrected.
Oh.
What, are
I'm
the
just
lights
gonna-
The
off or dim?
abnormality was the lights being on. So this is
Yeah,
going
so it's supposed to
against-
be running at low power here.
supposed to be running at low power.
Mm.
Perhaps they spent the money to build this facility and then realized the cost of keeping humans here wasn't effective, and so they abandoned that path.
Budget cuts.
There could have been a crew when they first built it,
Potentially.
which then left.
They wouldn't need beds for androids. No offense intended.
None taken. And this is it would be a cost-saving measure just to keep power low here. I think we should continue on.
Agreed.
Alexander,
Wait a
are you changing clothes? What are you doing? I turn my flashlight on.
Hey, close the. Damn it! Close the door. Can a man not have privacy on an empty facility?
I turn it back on.
Oh my God.
So Alexander, are you out of your environmental suit and in the Polis uniform?
I probably
Or did you
wouldn't
just
get
are
out.
you just taking this with you? The uniform.
My plan was just to take it with me because it's low oxygen.
Okay, but you have it. You tested that it fit, let's say.
Exactly. I just put on the
They
bottom.
put it on over.
Just rips
This looks
horribly.
right.
Oh,
It's like tearing in the shoulders. I'm not sure if that's
Yeah.
going to pass for camouflage.
Well,
Is there any way to estimate how old this facility might be? I mean, does the
Well,
architectural
At least how far
style-
did the maintenance log? How far did the maintenance logs go back?
the maintenance logs, which you have, you kind of save them and you have them stored. The maintenance logs go back, what, 20 years?
oh boy.
I think there must not have been any humans here to take up residence, or at least in a very long time. Like even 5-month period, we'd still see signs that people had lived here at some point. I think you are a messy group.
Yeah, unless they have
it just tells
android
me
servants
nothing.
that cleans their beds and stuff for them. Nobody's living here. This environment was unlivable.
I think no one has lived here in a very long time, if they have at
No.
all.
All right. Then let's move on. Find something to plug in or play with.
Yeah. I just don't get why they would keep maintaining an empty facility ready for population and then not populated for 20 years.
Maybe they forgot about it.
Budget cuts would be my guess.
Yeah, administrative
Oh.
turnover. People forget that they had the facility.
Well,
But
then why the
it's
hell are we
functioning.
here?
It's doing something.
We're here to extract their data. Their information is still valuable. We don't care about the people who live here.
All the lights shut off again,
Oh,
This is getting ridiculous.
and they don't come back on. And that voice comes over the intercom. System cycle complete. Abnormality corrected.
Oh, some sort of maintenance problem.
You don't suppose this was happening
Did
before we
anything
got here?
change
Might
Yeah.
have
between
been.
the
lights,
last
the-
time it announced that and this time?
You listen, and the vents aren't going anymore.
Oh, because you turned the
When
oxygen
when you
on.
fiddled with the oxygen,
Okay.
that's
So it was
shut back
correcting the
off, it
lights,
seems.
then it was correcting the oxygen.
Does that mean it's slowly locking this place down?
Well, I think we shouldn't linger here any longer anyway. There's nothing valuable to Osiris in this area.
Sure.
Yeah, just find them in computer terminals.
We're not going to get paid for finding dust and unworn uniforms.
Well,
We
there was
know
that
we were all
plant.
kind of hoping. We were kind of hoping for. That's right, the plant. There must have been people here.
someone was doing the maintenance,
Somebody was watering the plant.
you know.
Have we gone by like a kitchen? Or like a
Yeah,
mess
there.
hall.
Yeah, you can find a mess hall.
I would like to duck in there and then see if there's anything in the fridge or the cabinets or whatever.
So you start opening up like storage,
Yeah.
um, and you see patented feed the stars biotech um, rations, not so unlike the ones that you ate just this morning, but those don't need refrigeration and they last for fucking ever. So there's just containers of these just untouched. I mean, again, like in full, like this place is fully stocked.
They're expecting people to be coming back here at some point.
Yeah, I don't think
Well,
there's anybody here. You can use your flashlights in.
Cool. Turn on lights on the pulse rifle.
It's certainly not a luxury dining experience, let's say.
Perhaps this is a new wing that they've just built and they're anticipating staff joining soon.
And we don't know how we found out about this place. We were just sent here
Although
on
the
assignment.
plant,
How many buildings were there? Were there three?
There were about 8
Oh,
buildings.
there were like eight. And then since we've been like walking through this building, how much of it have we walked through so far?
You think you've made one full circle of this building.
So we kind of like checked almost everything out in here.
Yeah, you've checked everything that's
Okay.
been labeled as kind of domicile. You
Right.
haven't ventured deeper, like towards closer to the center.
One thing that would be neat for us to look at, we should probably see if they have some kind of security command center, even if there's nobody here, if we could disable that or get into their armory. If suddenly we are interrupted by the arrival of their staff or crew, then we can impede their efforts before they even start.
Yeah, that's wise.
it's a good
I
point.
agree. I don't think we're going to find that in the domicile,
True.
but I do agree. It's sound logic.
Did you say that if we go towards the center, we haven't explored that
You
area? and
haven't
that's-
explored the center of this place because this is
Okay.
like it's a circular dome construction. So the domicile
Okay.
rings the outer portion of it. So
Okay.
you've gone around and verified nobody's home.
Okay.
Nobody's
So-
going to come up behind you.
And then like, do we see any other signs? Like, because we saw the sign that said domicile. Is there like a sign that says like main computer or like switchboard this way?
So there's a unnerving lack of maps.
Okay.
Whatever this place is, it's left hard to navigate on purpose.
Some sort of black site. Well, let's just go in the middle and see what the hell's there. It's probably something important.
If it's run by AI, then they don't need signs.
Precisely.
Yeah, maybe we could just unplug the AI.
Oh, that's an idea.
So going in towards the interior, who's leading the way?
You want to switch off,
There
Kimber?
should
No
be some
reins.
sort, yeah.
Yeah,
Take the back. I'll take the front this time.
sure.
Okay.
Okay, Orpheus is on point. Kimber's at the rear. The others in the middle. So again, this door opens, and there's this wide corridor that starts to narrow the farther it goes, and yeah, it's just flanked every so often. There's an unmarked door as it goes towards the center. But again, no lights. It's just your own flashlights looking out into the dark.
Do we see a terminal point?
Not in the hallway.
No. Or even, I guess, an end of the hall?
So if you go by and Orpheus, just from your combat experience, you can tell that one of these doors is probably a little better armored than the others.
Okay, that seems promising. Okay, we'll I'll bring everyone in, and I will let Alexander assess it actually before I start barging in or anything.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a Class B door. Do I see any like coolant pipes leading in there or any special stuff going in there?
It's a security door,
Oh, okay,
which
okay.
means that if you start cutting into it, it's gonna
Trigger something.
cry out. It's a door that can scream, let's say.
Well,
Is there a terminal at it? Something hackable, or is this
Yeah,
just
yeah. There's like an access badge point.
Ah,
I see.
perfect.
So if you want to get into this door, it's going to be a combined roll. Orla will roll hacking to suppress those systems, while Alexander rolls engineering to cut through.
got it. I don't see why we don't just cut a big ass hole right next to the door, but I guess that would probably not be a good idea either.
You never know.
It's a good way to just cut through a gas pipe and
Yeah,
cut your life
that's a
pretty
good
short.
point. That's a good point. And I got 00.
Yeah.
That's the best roll possible.
So thank God I'm playing this game.
Yeah, thank God this is Mothership. Okay, so Orla, you kind of jam that system with noise, and then Alexander quickly, just so gracefully, and it pops open the door.
Whew.
Just slide, just out your way, and this seems to be an administration center. Here, there are lots of
Excellent.
computer terminals.
Any
Doctor,
offices?
did I hear you say you were also an expert in hacking and infiltration or exfiltration?
You're muted.
Speak up, Doctor. I can't hear you.
I'm an expert on the construction of cybernetic brains. I mean, I can do a little hacking.
I was going
but I don't know.
going to suggest a divide and conquer approach if there are many terminals here.
Well, I can just see what information I can get by.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. I'm not exactly a hacker, but I can read the base level information.
Are there any
Maybe
other
I can
exits? Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say maybe I can get through trying to get into the medical computer.
Yeah.
We can find out if there were people here.
That could tell a lot.
Okay, so Dr. Nice is going for medical records. What is everybody else doing?
Security records.
Security records.
I'm doing a perimeter
Orpheus
sweep.
wants to go look into the offices that are in here. Kimber is sweeping the perimeter.
Yep.
I'll go with Orpheus.
Yeah.
So Orpheus and
I don't like
Alexander
being away from my
are
marine.
going into offices. So Orla and Dr. Nice, you can both roll hacking in the pursuit of your information.
Where is hacking?
It's intelligence plus 15% if you have training in hacking.
Expert skill.
Is it?
About midway
called
down
Cthulhu.
the tier. Computers.
I
and
see it.
hacking.
I don't have anything in hacking, so what do I need?
Yeah,
It's
computers.
just flat intelligence.
Okay. Well, it's 50. I got 73. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. Take a stress just for the failed roll. Orla, you
All right.
passed.
Yes, just a regular success.
Okay, so as far as the security records, you find that each of the security stations are fully operational. They run off of their own power. They all report back that each of their 4 nuclear warheads are armed and ready to fire.
Ah,
Yikes.
warheads. Very well.
You don't see anything about defense like anti-personnel turrets.
Interesting.
But yeah, the system is quite ready and eager to reduce anything, vaporize any ship that enters the system without authorization.
Yeah, I'm just doing a data dump, just like grabbing all this information. Probably gonna take a minute or two.
Okay. Orpheus and Alexander. You pop open one of these doors. These inner doors don't nearly have the same amount of security as the external doors, so I'm not making you roll to open up these kind of shitty office doors. But you find nice kind of bookshelves and things that look like they could have plenty of files and books and data slates that are all empty. You see a number of these office desks have, like, one has like a dead bonsai tree.
Sort of personal effects that likely belong to someone.
What a waste.
Yeah. More and
You
more.
know, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, this makes me feel more and more like these spots have names, and those names are going to come walking back in the door at some point.
Well, extreme prejudice, annihilate. That would be my advice.
And
maybe we should check
Okay.
in the desks to see if they have any personal stuff in them.
Yeah, go for it. I'll cover you.
Okay, so Alexander, you start going through desks, and you find a couple of Polaroids.
What the
You
fuck?
see one of a woman in a very crisp, clean suit, standing next to a number of people in lab coats. You see they're in front of a Depolis logo on one of the walls that you've passed. They seem to be kind of jubilant celebration. You see another one of that same woman, younger. She has a drink in her hand, and behind her you see the landscape of Neo New York back on Earth. And this is in a different office than the bonsai tree that's dead. But that's what you find. You find those two Polaroid photographs. Kind of back a ways, like they were they
Forgotten.
had slipped back and forgotten.
Hang on to them.
Yeah,
Let's check in with the others.
Looks like we did have some occupants here.
Okay, Kimber, you're doing a perimeter sweep. And as you're looking around, you get by a vent, and you swear you can hear something. It's faint. It's very faint, but everybody's very quiet and tense. But this just very muffled, distant sound reverberating up through the wall.
Just like a sound, like
Yeah,
bass
it's
or
so
something,
it's very low bass almost. Maybe it's a
That's
voice, but it's so muffled in distance that it's like hearing a conversation through a wall. But it's just so faint and muffled that you just swear you hear something.
How far away is Orla?
Orla's across the room.
Oh.
She's kind of interfacing with this terminal. And then a little ways off from her, again across the room, Dr. Nice is kind of slowly blinking away at keys.
I'm gonna tap on the vent with my gun.
You tap on the vent, and the sound stops. Take a stress, please.
Okay. Oh, okay. And then I listen intently again and see if it starts up. Does it sound like if it's coming from a vent, it would just be coming from the vent. I can't tell if it's coming like up or down. Wait, is this
down,
one story?
This is one story.
Okay, so just coming through the
You
vents.
haven't seen anything that goes up or down.
Okay.
But
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna make my way back over to Orla. Um, hey, there's a noise in the vent, and I rapped on the vent, and the noise stopped. Kind of sounded like muffled talking. Did you pick anything up?
No. You think it was talking though.
I
Something
Something muffled, something talking, did not sound electronic or like
curious.
an air system through the vent.
So, and while you're relaying this information, Dr. Nice,
Yeah.
you seem to have found the medical records.
Ah. Medical records.
You see that there were 50 employees.
Yeah.
And their last health check 6 months ago all came back spick and span.
And but nothing after that. No injuries, no.
No injuries, no nothing. It says that the
No
next
rat-
checkup is scheduled in a couple of days.
No reference to leaving the facility.
I mean, as far as the medical records say, everybody's here.
Yeah. Okay, I found
Everybody's
something
here and healthy.
very odd. I'm showing that that there were at least 50 employees, and the last medical check was 6 months ago, and they are scheduled for more medical tests coming, in a few days, but no indication for where they are or where they went.
You mean we aren't alone here?
Yeah, we might be. They might have had a disaster, but we would.
Kimber
see
said she
bodies.
heard-
Somebody cleaned
She
up
thought
behind
she
them.
heard voices in the vents.
And Dr. Nice, the computer terminal types out, what nightmares the children are having, Dr. Nice?
Oh boy.
What did it say? But it's typing what nightmares the children are having. Dr. Nice.
You can make a sanity save.
Yeah, we have a problem. 76 out of 51. That's a fail.
Okay,
means
you
we
can
all-
get 1 plus 1d4 stress,
1 plus 1d4.
and everybody else gets the stress because the scientists failed the sanity save. I believe.
Yeah, we all have to increase by 1.
So I got 4 more stress. Is there a point when we get so much stress that we just explode?
That's when something bad enough happens that you have to make a panic test.
Oh, okay.
Then your stress starts to matter a lot.
Okay.
Doctor,
And
I
then-
suggest you not touch this terminal anymore. I suspect your attempts at hacking it somehow compromised your identity in the process.
Yeah, how?
It's referring
how
to you by
could it-
name.
How could it do this?
What was that you were
A
saying
poor
about-
attempt at hacking could potentially do this.
And what was it talking about?
The children.
They
having
need to
the
sleep,
nightmare.
Dr. Nice.
It says they need to sleep, Dr. Nice.
Don't you
I would
hear them
suggest-
crying?
I would suggest not interacting with this terminal any further, Doctor.
it
Do
must
you
be
not care about them, Dr. Nice?
I'm going to put it there.
And
if it
Kimber, you
types something.
swear that sound from the vents return.
It will make an audio so that you can hear what it's saying instead of me just repeating what's typed on the screen. It's got to be an artificial intelligence.
All the
yeah?
lights shut off again.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
And they stay off for quite a while longer than last time.
Fish
And then they
have
come
a
back.
curse in German.
And then that neutral tone voice returns. System cycle complete. Abnormality corrected.
Okay, hear that? We've heard that before. Keep it together, everyone. We don't need to panic yet, but we don't have anything to take back to Osiris, so we can't
We
just
have
check out yet.
information on nuclear warheads.
Oh, okay. We do have something to report back, but something tells me that we're not at the
I'm
bottom
assuming
of it.
that's not all we're
That's
looking
not
for,
what they're looking for.
right. Okay, I want to
Couldn't-
get schematics of this place at one of these terminals so that we can actually know where we're going.
Done. So
Sure.
you are currently on the first floor of 12,
Oh.
the rest of which are all below you.
Mhm.
There is a central elevator at the kind of pinnacle point, and the only way it goes from here is down.
Hmm.
Wasn't that
There
great?
are emergency stairwells as well in the center.
Oh,
But the map's not entirely clear on details. Most of the floors below you are marked archival, except for the very bottom floor, that's the reactor.
I'm afraid I'm going to try, even though she said not to, the robot, the AI, that I'm going to type in, who is this and how do you know who I am?
There is no response.
Doctor, I suggest you stop trying to interact with the terminal before you give away our position.
But it already knows who I am. They probably know our position.
Was it
I
your-
won't anymore. I'm sorry.
Nothing
Was
else
it
we
you were
should get
saying
moving.
about biological computing?
Yeah, it's computers with oh, you're thinking that maybe they've taken the people and they plugged them into the computer, like
I'm starting to think none of these people ever left the facility.
Yep.
well, we don't know. We're what did you say, 12 floors below us?
That'd be enough to hide 50 people.
It's not turning into Resident Evil,
You made the
Raccoon
best
City.
of,
You don't know these. You
horror
don't know
video
these.
game?
you made the best of
Well,
those
From
6
the
months and
2000s.
And
I was
Krausley.
thinking of the movie with Mila Jovovich. I like her very much. She died
Jesus.
about 4,500 years ago. I don't know how far we are in the future.
I suggest
Fancy
we
pants.
prioritize our mission objectives and then
Indeed.
leave with haste.
I will follow your orders to the letter.
Seems the elevator is our only path forward.
Upstairs.
You leave the administrative suite and you reach the center of this floor. And you step into this dark space that flickers on as of motion sensors. Turn on the lights, and there's just this there's this rather sizable elevator. It seems it can fit all of you, even with your full battle suit. And it's
How are our oxygen
and everything
reserves?
is your oxygen reserves are nominal.
Sorry.
They haven't been depleted yet. And this you're in this red ring of these low power lights. And there's just a single red emergency light in the elevator itself. And it's sitting there open and waiting.
Well,
Shall
down we go.
An approach of starting at the bottom and then working our way upward would potentially allow for us to make our
Sure.
last stop at the exit point.
I'll throw out one other possibility, Orla. If there is for some reason that we find out that we need to destroy this place on our way out, being near the reactor, I don't know, maybe we could set a charge there we could detonate. So maybe you're right. Maybe we do go to the reactor first, right to the bottom, set up some kind of explosive, then start working our way up on our way out, trigger it, boom when we're out of here.
Not a bad idea.
Is there anything in the mission objective about destroying this facility? Like specifically, does Osiris forbid that?
Osiris doesn't. The idea behind these is that nobody knows you were here.
I see.
So destroying their facility lets them know that somebody was here.
That violates the mission objectives, Orpheus. I'm sorry. We should not do that.
You see a little disappointed glimmer in his eye for a second, but he knows the mission.
Couldn't hurt to set a charge, though. I mean,
Do we
no
know
one's
what's
here.
on each of these floors, Morgan, or is it just we know that there's 12 floors that go down?
There are 12 floors. The 12th floor, the very bottom floor, is a reactor.
Yeah.
Floors
right, okay. I didn't know if there's
11
anything
through
else.
2, like 2 and 3 are like storage.
Okay.
And then 4 through 11 are labeled as archive.
It's giant
Probably
computer
prioritize those
archive.
floors.
So down we go.
Down we go.
Which floor are you stopping at first?
11.
11. So the door closes, and it's the 5 of you in that glow with that one singular red eye above you. And you get this sinking feeling as gravity, the feeling of gravity returns with the motion downwards. And after what feels like an awfully long time, those doors open, and in that split second before your suits auto-adjust their filter, you're almost blinded by these bright, clear lights in the space spilling in through this door. Then you blink, and it is this very clean, very bright, well-lit space. And everywhere, there are these little walkways, and between them are these kind of oblong black boxes with these very long status lights, all of which are green, that run down the length, and they're kind of stacked multiple high. So if you're in the middle of them, they're above you on either side, and they form these kind of banks with these
Like a server
walkways
room.
Okay.
between
I'm
them, like
gonna
a
have
server
to-
room.
I'm going to ask what we're all thinking. Are the oblong boxes roughly in the shape of a human body? Or could they fit one in it?
You know, Orpheus, dude, they probably could.
Suppose they're just computer storage.
Look like coffins.
Well, let's go.
Yeah,
Take
I'll
off the
see what I can
service
find from one of
panel.
its terminals. Yeah.
Okay. As you step
Yeah,
out of
watch.
the elevator, it shuts behind you. And over this intercom, you hear a voice. It's not the same neutral voice. It's a distinctly male voice. And it says, "Stealing away into the garden, I see. Apple stealers."
Does the phrase sound like from a poem or a book that I've read?
Not particularly. It's not a quote from anything.
All right. Orpheus is going to move to cover. See if he can find something with a clear view of the others, but that he can hide behind, hold a shot, potentially at the elevator itself, look for other exits.
Alexander, what do you think it meant? Apple stealers. Is it you feel kind of Adam and Evie? Garden
Well,
of Eden?
I'm not an expert on anything, but the only guy I've ever known who's stolen an apple was what was his name? Hercules. He stole the
That's
apple
golden
from-
apples, the golden apples, yeah.
Yeah, and wasn't there like a big dragon guarding it or something?
Gosh, Greek mythologies. There's so much crazy stuff.
The Nemean lion, I believe.
Oh, great.
So it was one
I'm
of
not mistaken if that's
Hercules'.
where those apples are from, but the Nemean apples. I don't quite
One
remember.
of Heracles, actually, is how it's probably pronounced.
Well,
Orpheus, are there any threats?
Don't see anything. But rather than talking theology, let's get this job done and get out of here.
Kimber, you hear that
Marines.
sound again. Much clearer down here. It's coming from one of these, and it's the only one that its light is flashing a blue. It's flickering between, it like blinks blue a couple times, then
Okay.
green, then blue, and green, and blue.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Is
it's
it
just
a
this kind of
hackable
muffled.
terminal?
I'm gonna head over to that terminal,
There you go. You don't see any terminals on this floor.
or like the
Box.
box.
Yeah, you go over to the
I'm gonna head over.
box.
I'm gonna head over to the box. I'm gonna like lean a little closer.
Yeah, you press your ear up against the
That's a
box,
good
and
idea,
it sounds like somebody screaming.
Oh.
And then
No,
the
here's a
voice comes
screwdriver.
back over, and it says, "What nightmares the children are having tonight?" Shh. Go
Oh,
to sleep,
yeah.
little ones.
I'm gonna
So, would you like to make a fear save, Kimber?
yeah. Okay. Walk me through how to do that.
You roll D100 and you need to roll below your fear save value.
My fear save value is a 40 because I'm not scared.
Oh, I'm afraid because you're near me, you must make it at a disadvantage.
What?
Disadvantage.
Really?
yeah.
Androids.
Okay, I just rolled a 26 out of 40,
Good
and
start.
then we'll roll the Android one. An 81 out of 40.
Okay. So if you can get 1d4 plus 1.
1d4 plus 1. I got a 4.
Ooh.
Plus 1 is 5.
So that's 5 more stress.
You want to
You're
know what our
listening to
stress
these-
level is?
Sure, what's your stress level?
I'm at 11.
Yeah, I'm at 9.
I'm at 7. I thought I was
I
getting
think because of your ability, we all have to make fear saves now.
Yes, Marine.
Yep. Well, when a Marine
Oh,
panics.
panic.
Whenever
panic.
Oh,
you
you're not
panic,
panicking. You're
everyone
Yeah,
not
you're not
my
panicking.
friend
You're
gets-
just
y'all will
My
have to make a
goodness.
fear
yeah.
save.
You are
but, yeah.
greatly disturbed by listening to this.
I'm like gonna scramble near the lights and see if there's like a power button, like an eject button or something. Like I'm thinking like a CD player.
So
Like,
so you're like you look at the walls and you don't see anything, but you look on this box itself, and it seems like there are ways that you could get it open.
Yeah, here's a screwdriver.
okay,
You know,
I think I could manhandle it open.
You're in the power suit. You got extra
Oh,
strength.
that's
so yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to try to get it open.
Okay, so you're just finding that seam and you're just lifting.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
gonna cover her
Roll
and
strength,
pulse rifle loaded. If somebody were
and
to
you have
set up in it.
advantage because you roll twice, take the best result because you are
Really?
and the advanced battle armor. Yeah.
Okay, I have a 40 of strength. I just rolled an 81. I just rolled a 7.
Nice.
Okay, so you get the seam and you feel you're lifting, and eventually you hear this horrific metal wrenching as it opens up, and there's just this sickly mist that comes out of it. You almost choke on this stench of decay that comes in through your air filters. And you see kind of shriveled up and screaming this form. It looks to be so emaciated to be nearly skeletal that the flesh is barely hanging on the body. And it has all these kind of wires and apparatus kind of coming out of its head and kind of snaking into that box. Its eyes are closed and it's curled up and it's just screaming.
Fetal position.
No longer muffled.
Adult, child.
It's hard to tell.
Okay. Fuck.
Again, if it was an adult, it's withered away after all this time.
Fuck.
And now that light that was blinking blue between blue and green is now this kind of very stark red that's pulsing.
Uh-oh.
I shoot it.
Jeez.
Yep.
I had my rifle.
Yeah,
Well,
yep, you blast this thing away. And the sound stops.
oh God.
Everything's quiet.
You know, you really shouldn't have done that, but I'm very glad you did.
We have something to
I
write
kind of
the
like
report
the
on.
sound it was.
Can I look in the box? What's in the box?
So you obliterated the thing that was in the box.
Yeah. It's gone because I felt really bad and scared. I'm gonna put the lid back on.
No,
hold
before
on.
she puts the lid back on, I'll go examine.
Yeah.
We need
I've
to
got
record
medical.
this information. This is
All right.
surely some of what
Uh,
Osiris wants.
Let Dr. Nice have a look there. This is his specialty. He might be able to tell us something about what these connections are.
No one's like shocked or mad at me at all.
Oh no.
Guys are the best. Okay. Oh.
So what can I tell on examining the horror?
You can roll. What is it? You can roll cybernetics.
Cybernetics. So it's a plus 20 bonus and intelligence.
Yes.
I've got a 55 out of 80.
So,
And 55 is critical.
55 is a critical success, yeah. If it was a pass.
Okay.
So you're looking at this now blasted corpse. And these apparatus that were in its head, you see are linked very deeply to the centers of the brain that trigger REM sleep. And memory.
Dreaming. Is it using the human brain as a storage device? Processing using dream?
The system here seems to prioritize its many backup batteries. Perhaps this has something to do with it as well.
So you say storage, Dr. Nice.
Yeah.
This more seems like REM sleep data processing
Data
than
processing.
storage.
There's a lot of people that think in neurology that the brain has dreams to process the information that we take in during the day. This has been exploited by the Polis company for some strange reason. I would think mechanically you could do this with a computer far more efficiently, but it just seems cruel. And I know cruel very well.
And now that you're looking at it closer, you spot a rather familiar logo.
Oh.
This equipment was not manufactured by Polis.
It's not the Polis, it's
It's Gaia Research.
Gaia. This is Gaia Research Group. Ah, what are they doing here? What are they doing? I mean, what are they literally doing here? Why use this? These poor people. I'm joking. I don't care about the people.
Would
but,
the mainframe for this facility be at the same level as the reactor? Is that something that would be kind of consistent throughout
the reactor's on the bottom
systems
level.
designed? Yeah.
No, the power center is kind of sealed off. It's its own
Okay.
unit. So there would be likely some terminal somewhere on this floor. But I mean, this place is vast.
Right.
Don't we need to
It's hard to count how many
catalog.
of these boxes there are here.
Right.
we need to
We
catalog
need to document
this.
all of this. It would behoove the mission to find access to this mainframe to determine the purpose of all of this. Record it, document it.
Move
Also,
fast.
it's
We got
very
your back.
It's a
If
very
some rogue
obvious.
artificial intelligence has taken this over, perhaps we need to deal with that as well. But that is
Was
a lower priority.
it seems if these are the 50, could we count the boxes and see how many people are here? Maybe 50 people. In which case, who did this to them? And where are they?
Probably the put the children to sleep apple thief guy.
They want the people to keep dreaming.
Oh, there we go. Are these
But
the
I
same
mean-
people?
You start taking you're like, okay, there are 12 in this cluster. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Far more
12,
than 50.
13, 14, 15.
Oh boy.
And then you're thinking about how many floors of this are there.
Aye. And I don't know if anybody is still here who is putting these victims in here. Obviously, their life expectancy is not very long. They were walking around 6 months ago, so we see
But
that
this is far more than the 50 people you found record of.
Yeah,
This is hundreds, maybe thousands of people.
All those empty rooms and empty beds and empty desks. So you think those bodies that were in those spaces are the ones down here, or are they
Yeah.
somewhere?
yeah, they were. We can conjecture that they were brought here to be part of this facility, and they were misled, and somebody came here and installed them like computer chips in the computer. But it's not very efficient, because if they are in this state, as you saw, after only 6 months, they're not going to last forever. They're going to deteriorate.
You think about that, Dr. Nice. And in the ruins of what was left behind by Kimber,
Yeah.
it's a little hard to gauge, but there might have been something like IVs.
Something
And
that was
tubes to
feeding
keep
them.
these
Well, it would
bodies
have had to.
alive.
Yeah. And maybe the body doesn't, maybe the body atrophies while the brain stays active.
You know, there's another possibility too, and that's that we open up another one of these boxes to see what's inside. We know that box was defective anyways. So let's check out a body in another box that's showing clear
you're
symbols.
right. But we do it more carefully this time.
Yeah, with a pistol or knife, not a rifle.
Oh,
No, I don't mean kills, but I mean remove the box with more finesse. And
Well,
it was
Alexander can
quite
roll
thrilling to
engineering.
watch Kimberly rip the whole thing apart, but
I'll torch it open.
it's
roll
got
engineering.
screws probably.
Yeah, I got a 30. It's a pass.
So you have a little, and you pop it open, and again, that mist, that stench, and you see this curled up, emaciated form, eyes closed, but the slow, labored breathing, and yeah, you see these other tubes going into it like IVs, or
It's like they're in a huge mausoleum or necropolis.
This one's not screaming.
No, it's completely asleep. Can I see if its eyes are in fact in REM?
In REM, yes.
Yeah,
That is in
yeah.
fact the case.
This is feeding. This is horrific. I want a picture. Put it on my wall at home.
Did we wake him up?
We
I
certainly
don't know
did.
about that.
To what purpose? Our mission is to get in and out of here.
Maybe they have
We know what they're
information.
doing.
I'd be
Yeah,
worried
can
about a
we-
chain effect.
There's no point in having all this information if you can't download the information into something and take it away.
Surely
to
the
find some
information is
way.
being held somewhere. We need to get to the bottom of that.
A
Orla,
big
how much-
gigantic flash drive.
How much more do you think we need, Orla?
We don't know why these people are here. What are they doing with them?
Oh
No,
boy.
We've yet to run into any resistance. Despite some possible AI awareness that we're here, but there's been no ramifications from it.
yeah, but now they're going to see that we have damaged this one. Maybe a repair team will come. We could wait and see.
I'm
Think
gonna
we
look
wanna-
around and
It
see if
took
there's
us
any
6
like.
months to get here, Doctor. Oh, do you? Are
Unless
you
it's somebody still in the
someone
facility.
local?
It took you that long to get here without hyper jumping directly into the system.
Somebody put them in these boxes. And I don't think anybody in the boxes put themselves in the box.
I agree.
So there could be a synthetic here that does the medical installation. You need to be careful because it might choose, I don't know, Kimber to replace this one that she destroyed. You don't
If
want to
there's a
dream forever?
uniformity to this,
Oh.
rows and rows and rows and rows. This is probably not the place that's going to give us the information we need. This is probably
Right.
just
Right.
storage.
Mm.
So we should probably move up a level and see if we can find something different.
This is processing.
I
We
hate
don't
to
know
say
what storage
this.
looks like.
There's no possibility that you can interface or exchange information with these things, Orla.
Fair point.
Well, again-
actually. Is there some way I could do that, Morgan?
So you're looking around, and kind of as Dr. Nice has indicated, this isn't the data storage. This is
Right.
more like the CPU, if this is some kind of computational system. So you look around, and eventually you do find kind of nestled in like one of these blocks, instead of being these containers, you see it is kind of a computer terminal
Okay.
tucked away back in here.
I'll interface with that if I can.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
So-
take one of like the brain wires from the dead one and put it.
That's a very direct approach. It'd be a very interesting approach, but I don't think that's what Orla's doing.
Yeah, we know that
Unfortunately,
robots
for all of
don't
us,
dream
we
of
don't get to see what
electric
happens.
sheep.
Oh.
No, I'm just
There's no-
attempting to hack this terminal.
So, Orla, you go to the terminal and you're prepared to like bypass its security, but it kind of just lights up. It's not really waiting for you to authenticate. You see this Gaia Research Group logo flash briefly across the screen, and then it just gives this prompt. What would you like to imagine?
Consider myself a very imaginative being. Does someone else attempt this and see what it does?
The rest of you see this prompt, with this computer prompt. What do you imagine?
Birthday cake.
Living to retirement.
What are you
I
typing?
imagine that I know what this facility is all about.
Oh, leave it to the doctor.
Is
to be
is that
clever.
is that what you type in, Dr. Nice?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay, you type that in and you hit enter. And all of the lights go off. And slowly the screams begin. Boxes flash blue, and you hear the cries. And they increase, and they increase. All around you, this cacophony of these muffled voices in anguish. And then it stops, and the lights come back on. And the terminal reads back, "Your vision is ready."
Vision is ready.
And you see kind
Okay.
of this faint glow of a place where you directly import yourself into the system.
You mean if I was a robot or a synthetic?
If you were a synthetic, or if you were a human who had that something similar as
yeah,
the
that
people in the
enhancement.
boxes was
Yeah.
enhanced into your skull.
Perhaps now, Orla, you can plug in and it'll give you the answer to my question.
Yes.
Hopefully it's not 42.
That is- Our mission objective is to find out as much as we can about this facility, and this seems to be a way to facilitate that. So I will.
Boy, wish her well.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a
Orla.
birthday cake.
You have never dreamed before.
No.
So I need to ask you for a sanity save.
All right.
Oh.
Oh no, my sanity is so low. No, 42, which is kind of funny.
No way.
Did I predict the future?
roll 1d6 for me.
1.
Okay. So the rest of you see Orla start to convulse. As Orla, you experience this nightmarish reality. You lose track of time. You are endlessly wandering through these dark corridors, these boxes, these screaming voices. You see room after room of these stacks of boxes, floor after floor, and then you see another part of this facility where instead of the boxes being long ways, they're long ways, and you see what looks like these growths, these almost fetal-like developments. There's this voice, this male voice, that is speaking, and it asks you over and over and over again, what would you like to imagine? What can we show you? Please, what wonders can we show you? You see people being screaming as these things are inserted into their heads and are sealed away into these boxes. You see that woman in the photograph. You see her voice. You see her face as a young, healthy woman changed into one of these shriveled husks in the box. And again, it's just this, it's hard to make sense of. I mean, Dr. Nice asked for what's this facility, and you haven't ever processed a dream before. It's just all these nightmarish images that bombard you. And so you get a stress as you de-link out of this nightmare environment.
Yeah, I think I've collapsed to the ground and I'm just gasping for air at this point.
Quick detacher.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I think she needs some repairs.
What did you see, Orla?
Oh yeah, I'll describe it all. I think it must be what it's like to dream from all of the accounts and stories I've read.
Well,
It's
maybe my
horrible.
dreams, but not everybody's dreams.
And the
Sometimes
computer
dreams can be
terminal.
very pleasant.
Oh no, I'm giving you the full account of everything I saw.
And the computer terminal asks, would you like to save this vision?
Hell no.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it's
needs to be
evidence.
acquired.
Evidence against these.
Osiris needs this
Monsters.
evidence.
Okay, so Orla, you now have this vision saved within you.
Mhm.
And then the screen pops back up. What would you like to imagine?
Who's controlling this?
The system itself, maybe.
AI prompts, perhaps.
The
But
primal dreamer.
Who controls this?
And again, the lights come off and the screams. They don't last as long this time, though. And as lights come on, you see a few of these boxes are stuck in that blue flickering state, and so the screamings stay with you even but the lights return. And it says your vision is ready.
Boy.
Can you make it so that it will display what the dream is?
or download
The
it to a
vision?
partition or something like that. Can you?
But
Are any of
Ola's
these
the only one
options
that can.
available to me?
So what you guess, Orla, is that however this data is structured, it can't really be displayed all that well on a screen.
But perhaps Orla could act as an intermediary. Are we able to patch into Orla and display what she's thinking on a screen like a computer?
I would have to ask you for jury rigging. You have
I
a lot
have
of
that.
electronic components with
Is that
you.
Alexander?
Oh my God. She like
Um,
has a television, a monitor in her stomach.
Yeah, I have jury rigging.
I'm that Barbie with the TV.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Nice has the cybernetics and stuff. So this seems like it could take a
Alright.
while.
Aren't these
You're-
things in alphabetical order?
No, it's 1, 2, 3. It's the seventh from the top.
Under train. Oh,
I see
It's
it.
just the
I
first
see it.
column.
So
Warden.
am I jury rigging?
You are
Jury
jury
rigging.
rigging something that would display Orla's visual input.
Well,
So while this is all happening, the screams are still continuing from some of the boxes?
Yeah, a few of them didn't shut back off. They're stuck in that state that Kimber discovered of that kind of, there's that blue, there's like green and it flickers blue a couple times.
I think
It's green.
Orpheus is going to start hitting those and giving mercy to those inside using his combat knife. He'll maybe go from one to the next and stop the screams.
So Orpheus is silencing the screams. Alexander, did you roll intelligence with jury rigging?
I did. And
How did you do?
No bueno.
Okay, so get a stress for
94.
failing a roll.
Yep.
And yeah, as you're going around and you're hearing these muffled like executions from Orpheus, you slip and you accidentally fuse some of these boards together in a way that makes it so that project is scrapped. This isn't. If you had access to infinite time and infinite materials, you certainly could create a display to see Orla's visual feed, but that not anymore.
Look, it's not
Yeah.
happening, boys.
I'll plug in. Maybe you all deal with these noises.
Don't get too human, Orla. We'll have to vaporize you.
I'm worth 10 of you, Alexander. I don't recommend doing that.
There you go. Sass is human.
Okay, Orla, you plug in again. What you wanted to imagine was the head of this facility. And what you see again, the screams, the hallways, you feel lost, turned around. You don't know who you are, where you are. And then there's this hand on your shoulder, but it's not a human hand. It's this these very long fingers, each one different metal appendages that split into fingers and scalpels and wires. And it's that voice that you heard speak to you when you first entered this place. And it says, Orla, my darling, I am but a humble gardener. And the vision stops.
It's some form of artificial intelligence that's running this place.
Hmm.
I think we need to. Do I feel like we've acquired all of the data we came here to acquire?
You've acquired what you think you've learned. You figured out what they're up to
Okay. Then I
to a fair
suggest
extent.
we leave.
It'll be easy,
All right.
right?
You heard her. Let's get out of here.
The lights flicker off,
Well, wouldn't you know?
and you hear a voice say, "System cycle started."
Started. That's different. I think it's time for us to leave.
Archival anomalies detected.
Oh, fuck.
I think it's definitely time for us to
And
leave.
then that voice cuts out, and you just hear these wails of despair and anger from this voice. My children! What have you done to the children? Do you not care for them? Snakes in the garden, snakes in the nest, they devour the eggs. My children! My children! And the lights are all still off, and you hear the elevator open and close.
Ay, ay, ay. There's killbots coming.
Yeah, so you're all in pitch black.
Yep. Turn on the
Well, we
lights on
got
the
the
gun.
flashlights.
Yeah.
Okay, so
All right,
Orpheus.
may as well turn on all the mics. They know we're here.
Yeah.
So we
So
don't need to-
Orpheus, you turn on the light, and what you see standing, looming, you're dwarfed by these stacks of boxes. This thing looms over them all. It's tall and gaunt and this kind of sterile, almost hazmat-looking plastic material. It has multiple limbs, each ending in these long metal fingers that split into all sorts of just horrific-looking screws and drills and scalpels and syringes. So you can all roll panic tests now.
Holy fuck.
So that is you
Necr0-Polis.
roll 1d20.
Okay.
And you want to roll above your current stress.
Above it.
Yep.
Above
Yes,
it.
the higher the stress, the harder it is to pass.
Okay.
Pass.
What a roll. Oh, fucking fail.
12 above.
Pass.
12 above. Yeah. Or 12. 12 is good. That's 3 above 9.
I'm good.
Yep. 16 pass here.
Unfortunately, Kimber's causing a chain reaction because she's panicking, which means we all
I'm panicking.
have to make-
Whenever I panic,
Yeah,
every
so-
nearby friendly player must make a fear save.
And I'm nearby, so you all have to do it at a disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
What is
Why
this
can't we
again?
all be teamsters?
Okay, so now you have to make a fear. You need to make a fear save,
Okay.
but you have to roll twice and take the worst result because Orla is present.
Okay. Well, I'm already past it, so I already failed.
Okay.
No,
that's
fear,
good.
not panic, Tom. Fear, not panic.
No, fear. I've got 25.
Oh.
I rolled a 50.
Passed 1 with a 0-4. And then, oh no, 83. Failed.
Oh.
Just-
Oh, could I use my teamster ability to take an advantage on this?
On a fear
Okay.
test or a panic test?
This is
That's
fear.
fear.
Or
That's
wait,
panic.
I don't know. Is that for panic only?
It's for panic, I think. For
Oh,
teamsters.
okay, never
Yeah.
mind. Okay, I'm very afraid.
Okay, so as Kimber starts freaking out, those of you who failed can get a stress as. And now Kimber, what's your current stress level?
11.
Okay, can you roll 1d20 for me?
Okay. 5.
Okay.
Yep, that's pretty low.
I don't think it matters.
So
yeah, some of them are good.
you go into a blind rage. So as
Okay.
Kimber lets out this blood-curdling
Yeah.
scream, the rest of you each get a stress.
It just keeps coming and coming.
And yeah, you're seeing red.
Uh-huh.
Can I
So it's just indiscriminate blasting off into the dark.
Yes, yeah. I probably have had the shotgun and just shooting at the big guy, I think, or something.
Well, again, this thing is this very tall, it's very dark. So as your flashlights are trying to track it as it's
Is it
gliding about in the
moving?
dark, yeah. So you're just blasting some of these boxes open. You're
Oh
just.
shit! How
What are
long
the
does
rest of
this?
you doing? It's
All right,
gonna last
so
until somebody decides to help you.
does
How do you help
the
someone?
the
I would just say, and like,
grabs her?
if
Or,
if
well,
if you
she's
stay
shooting
nearby and you
everything.
wait till she runs out of ammo, basically.
So does the thing look, does it have a structure that it's got eyes, sensors on it?
You still don't have a good look at it because again, you're trying to track it with these
All right.
flashlights, and it's moving.
So what
pretty
I'm
quick.
actually going to look at is we've been in here for a little bit, right? So kind of remembering what everything looks like, I am going to take my flashlight and set it on one of the boxes, more or less pointed at where the robot thing is. And then I'm going to get down on my hands and knees and try to scoot around it and get the fuck out of this facility.
So, with an expert
In the dark.
in the dark, yes. With an expert skill in tactics, could I use my action to direct the others? Seeing that Kimber has engaged, could I call instructions to Alexander and Dr. Nice and Orla and try to coordinate our efforts to get around it and approach the stairwell?
You certainly can roll tactics.
Okay, tactics would be intellect.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, so that will be a 49 to succeed. It is a 96, unfortunately.
Oh,
But I'm using my own tactics.
Yep. I'm calling instructions out.
Okay,
There's shotgun blasts.
so Orpheus, you're calling for instructions, and all you do is add to the confusion.
Sounds
And it's really hard to hear over Kimber's just unloading.
Yeah.
no, Dr. Nice. Go right, not left.
Well, you shouldn't even be able to see me. Except that I'm wearing white.
Yes. So Kimber, you as you hear that click as you're finally out, you hear this voice just say very low and very close to your ear, "What have you done to my children?" Can you roll combat for me?
I have a 60 in combat. No worries.
And don't forget the suit's might give you no, that's for strength, sorry.
I rolled a 95 and I have a 60.
Okay. So it rolled a 38. So as Orpheus, as you're shouting orders, you turn and you see Kimberly stop firing, and she's been lifted up into the air as this thing has her by the head with one of its arms, and the other one is just drilling straight into her face mask.
Oh.
can I see
Kimber,
this?
yeah, you all see this. So Kimber, what are the last thoughts that you have?
Oh,
Better than the penal quality. But I
As that
really
drill
want,
makes
but I really wish we would have had some cake. Like,
Oh.
and you hear Kimber start to scream, and you hear that drill tear through her skull. And then it just holds on to her as like a rag doll and just keeps a hold of her as its other arms kind of come moving forward. So the three of you can give me a panic test.
Yeah. 14.
What's the
succeed.
panic? Oh yeah,
And
It's
we want
the,
to
it's the
roll
D20 above your stress.
over. Okay, I'm good.
above. Oh, I'm low. I'm below my stress.
So you failed.
I failed.
So Dr. Nice is panicking. Orpheus is not. He's seeing death. The death of his comrades. He's holding it together. What about you, Alexander?
Well, I've heard of necromorphs before, and I know exactly what to do to them. So I'm going to aim my laser cutter right at the arm that's drilling into her face while it's sort of immobilized.
Okay, so you're ready. You're ready to fire. And Dr. Nice, I need you to roll. What's your current stress level?
11.
Okay, roll 1d20.
4.
So you go catatonic.
Okay, so I'm crawling along the floor in the dark, and I just
Yeah, you kind of like you curl up like one of those things in the box and hope it doesn't find you.
yeah.
So Alexander, want to roll combat?
Sure. See how this goes.
Am I completely dead?
Okay.
You are completely dead.
No! Game over, man. Game over.
Yep. That's a 10. That's a pass.
Okay, you want to roll 1d100?
Oh, that's what
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
laser cutters aren't fucking around.
52.
Okay, so Orpheus, there is this brilliant flash of this beam that's designed to cut through the hulls of ships.
Wow.
The smell of burning plastic as it melts wires in these boxes and the heat. And yeah, you just sear that arm clean off this thing.
Alexander.
And it
Did you see that?
howls.
I fucking got him. I can't believe it. I fucking got him.
I knew that kid had grit.
Orpheus, what are you doing?
Don't get cocky, kid.
Orpheus is hoping that Orla's making a run for it. Really, she's got the data. We got to get out of here. So I'm joining the assault. I'm going to fire pulse rifle at it.
Okay, roll combat.
Okay. Here
Plus
goes.
your training, I think you have a
Yes, I
plus
have.
15% to the firearms.
Yeah, you betcha. So it'll be a 75. I can't possibly fail that. 32. So
Okay.
pass.
And the pulse rifle, roll 3d10.
3d10. Okay, so I got 2. Actually, no. One. Okay, so 11.
Okay, yeah, so you start peppering this thing and you hear it hitting that kind of synthetic flesh underneath that sterile hazmat looking outfit. And it rushes forward. Alexander, it's didn't appreciate what you did to it. And it's coming right at you.
Thanks, bud.
What do you do?
Well, I think I'm going to try to avoid it at all costs.
Okay, roll speed.
All right. Okay, 43. Oh. That is not good. 85.
Yeah, so you start trying to scramble away as you feel this claw catch you by the leg and start dragging you back. So
God,
Orpheus, you see
piece
this
of
thing has
shit.
picked up Alexander. It's like holding him upside down.
I'm going in with the boarding axe and trying to sever it with the axe.
All right. What did you get?
Oh, is it combat hand to hand?
Yep.
Okay. 37 is a pass.
Okay, it also passed with an 07, so we need to roll again.
Okay. 0, double zeros and a 3, so 3.
Okay, and it failed with a 95.
Oof.
So, boarding axe. Roll 2d10.
9 and 6, 15.
Okay, so you bring your axe down and it just splits into this arm. But before you can sever it, Alexander,
Uh-oh.
take 16 damage.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
boy. That's gonna give me exactly 1 wound.
Okay. So, table. One d10, please.
Gotta love it. That is a 8.
8. Okay. So most of the flesh as it lets go is removed from your leg
Oh,
as it squeezes and you slip out.
fair trade.
So
You're debooted.
Oh, don't say degloving.
It
It's
is. That's what it
debooting.
is.
It's your leg.
Oh, I hate that
and
word.
you slip to the ground, and Orpheus, you don't see Alexander moving.
Oh, shit. I have
He's
no
losing
idea
a lot of blood.
where Orla's been, but yeah, this isn't good.
So speaking of Orla, so as Alexander's leg is mangled and stripped of its flesh, Orla, you are climbing up this maintenance shaft. And you hear gunfire and that laser cutter blast. Just all hell breaking loose below you, but you're very calm. You claim, what's going through your mind?
Get it back. Gotta leave. Gotta get this information back to Osiris. I am focusing on my mission. I'm putting all of this behind me and I'm focusing.
So, the one question I have for you, Orla, is are you waiting?
No.
No. Okay. Thank you, Orla. So, Orpheus, Alexander is not moving on the ground, and this thing is now 2 limbs down. It has 5 left. And it's turning its way towards you. What have you done to my children?
I put them to rest. It was a mercy.
And it's coming for you.
Oh, yeah. And he's got the boarding axe out and probably Alexander's blood all over him.
All right, you want to roll combat?
Yeah. He'll launch the battle suit into the fray. 49 is a success.
Okay, 57, it also passed, so we need to roll off again.
34.
14, we need to roll again.
Oh, God, the pressure. 45.
Triple zeros.
No. Oh, no.
So you go in with the axe, and it, with 2 of it just pins your arms and it just holds you up.
Yep.
And then the 3rd arm comes around and starts to just, like Kimber, starts to drill its way through your suit. What's the last thing that goes through your mind?
I The thought of all his old war buddies dying in the trenches back in the corporate wars days, and how he was really the only one of his squad that got out alive, and now it seems like that run of luck is finally run out.
And it drills through. And you feel it start to press into your flesh. But then it stops.
Uh-oh.
Don't you worry, my little one. There's plenty of space for you to sleep.
Is it possible I can reach my sidearm?
It had you like this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're like this with the
Yeah.
axe. What are you trying to accomplish?
I'm trying to end myself before I can be one of those things.
I will let you do that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll
Yeah.
rip one hand out, reach into the holster, grab the pistol, and quickly fade to black.
Alexander, you blink your eyes as you come to in this medical ward. Your leg is gone. It's a
Ow.
cauterized stump. And leaning over you, you see this thing. You see it has this distorted assemblage of a human face. It has the features, but they're all disapart and assembled, and they are free moving on these wires. And it's kind of just starts tapping on the end stump of your leg with its fingers. And it says, You made it, my little one. And here I was worried that all your fluids had leaked out.
Sure did.
You will sleep so nicely now. No little pains. And then you see from the surgical table, it pulls out this rather nasty looking spike. And you feel this back of your skull starts feeling really soft. Dr. Nice. You look up, you were curled up, you were waiting for it to see if it had forgotten you. And you crawl out from under these boxes, and there you see this blood, you see Kimber's corpse, you see Orpheus in the position of having killed himself, but Alexander is gone. You don't know how long you've been under there.
Can I grab the weapon, let's say like the shotgun or something like that? If I can see the trail of blood from Alexander's leg, I want to sneakily follow it.
It
And
goes
if I
to the
can-
elevator.
Okay. Well, then it might take me a little bit to search to see where it comes out of the elevator. But if I can sneak up behind it before it does Alexander in, I'm going to come up behind, put the barrel against its processor, and just blow the fuck out of it. Oh, that. And so I should have said that all of this in German accent. Just pretend.
I mean, you go catatonic, you just forget your accents. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, it happens,
So, Dr. Nice, could you roll speed plus rimwise if you have it?
Okay. This is all a long shot. Speed. I got 15 out of 43. And what's rimwise? Where is that?
I don't think you have
Almost at the
It's
bottom.
below
of the second
military.
it.
page.
I might have given it to all of
I
you.
see it. No,
for
it's not
stealth.
there. I don't have
Okay.
anything. So what would I do instead?
So if just 15, and that's below your speed, this is kind of like
Yeah.
a stealth test.
Okay.
So you follow the blood, and as you reach that door, you see coming out of it, you see Alexander curled up in a fetal ball with all of this massive metal spike out of the back of his head with all these dangling wires. He's all ready to nap. He's all ready to dream. And this thing has cradled him Alexander in its arms like a baby and is like, shh. What do you do, Dr. Nice?
I'm going to still try to shoot the thing in its central processor.
Okay, roll combat.
I would think that my cybernetics would know exactly where to shoot.
Yeah.
Where's
Just
combat?
hit the off switch.
Combat's a stat.
Oh yeah, I could just go up and flick the off switch. I'm sorry, where's combat? Combat,
Stat.
combat.
One of the
What are
main
your
skills.
circles at the top?
Oh, I see it. Okay. 002.
Okay, it rolled a 1.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding
So
me.
we have to roll again.
There is a god.
We have to roll off again.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
004. How did I roll 2 doubles?
Okay, it got a 17, so you both passed. So roll again.
Oh my god.
Okay, luck's run out. No, if I say it, it's gonna sound like I'm making this shit up.
Oh,
I got a
no.
001.
Hey,
Yes.
it's 40 is still a pass, so we have to roll again.
Oh,
You're
Oh
right.
no.
Tell one or both of you fail.
What am I rolling in combat? I got a 28 out of 30.
Okay, it's 40 is still a pass.
Oh my god.
okay.
The gods, I shouldn't have said anything. 26 out
Oh,
of
1. Here we
30.
go again.
Wow.
This is some epic battle that's going on between the two.
I
of us.
can't handle this. I don't think I can handle this.
45 is a fail.
Okay. 54, it's a pass. So you
And I can teach you some things.
you start, how we'll interpret this is it's confused, and so you start blasting holes into it, trying to get it to stop. And right as you finally put it up against its central processing unit, you go to squeeze the trigger finger, except your finger can't get that message to pull as you realize that it has severed your arms.
Oh,
And you drop to your knees, and it gently sets Alexander down. And it says, "Don't worry, my child. There's plenty of time to save your fluids, and you'll be asleep in no time." And on the other side of the asteroid, Orla, you make it back to the ship. You open it up, you go in,
Yep.
and you start the long 6-month journey home.
Yep. The last thing you can see of me is I am cleaning up the cryopods for whoever my next team will be.
Well, at least one of us made it.
Throwing their
And-
stuff in the incinerator.
And that is the end of our story.
Oh, awesome.
So good.
Yeah,
I
so
can't
what's-
believe all of
what's the
those
details?
double O's. I didn't
That was
get
great.
it.
That was a nail biter at the end.
The mounting pressure just really.
Oh.
So what's the story?
That was really good.
So
Yeah.
the Polis is a shell company for Gaia.
Mm.
And they are keenly interested in the next evolutions in computer processing. And of course, computers are so limited in their scope, and training AI to be able to understand what you're trying to tell it is just so cumbersome. So why not just utilize the interpretive space of dream?
Interesting.
but it causes excruciating pain to the people who
So
are.
that facility
you know-
was built there specifically for that purpose, or did the AI go rogue at some point? And
The AI did not like. It grew concerned that the human portion of the staff were going to shut down the project. In fact, they tried to shut down the project, and so the AI staff added them.
So who
made
was
them
the
all
woman?
go to sleep.
Who was the woman in the picture? How did she figure into it?
She's just the head researcher.
Okay. Is it likely she was in one of those boxes?
Yes, that's one of the things Orla kind of saw in dream images, was her
Getting
as a woman and then reduced to this to one of these.
I realized
people in the
after
box.
my time was up that I should have run in holding a grenade in one hand, and then when it lifted me up, I could have the pin drop out and take it to hell with me or
good.
something.
Hindsight is 2020.
Right? Yeah. Oh well, thank you for letting me get away with the escape exit.
Well, thank you all for playing.
Well, thank you
Thank
for
you.
running.
That's great.
That's
Very good.
awesome.
And I'm sorry I left
players-
you all behind. Specifically, it said everyone else is expendable in my write-up.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
who could have seen that one coming?
Our players included Mike McKen, Holly Buteau, Max Meltzer, Jenny Olson, and myself, with Morgan Llewellyn as the game warden. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. Or if you prefer, you can hit the super thanks button just below the video. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of Mothership role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.